So food and beverage is considered as one of the special tourism needs, because when travelers go travel, so of course they will need food along the way, and some people they just traveling for the purpose of tasting the local delicacies or the local meals. So roughly half of all travelers report that they dine out when they travel, and that doing so is the most important activity planned after tourists arrive at a destination. And on average, tourists spend about 25% of their total travel expenditure on food services, more than they are spending on public transportation, lodging, and other tourism services. Okay, and in FnB, there's an emerging trend or emerging type of tourists which we call as culinary tourists doing culinary tour. So as for culinary tour, it emerged as a significant component of the overall tourism industry, whereby the culinary tourists are the ones who travel to participate in cooking classes, dine out in unique locations, sample the wines, and attend food festivals. These are done to creating the foods we enjoy involves the combination of technology, science, and a great deal of culinary and service talent. So, which it means here that the culinary tourist people or the culinary tourists, they travel to not only to taste the food, some of them beside tasting the food, they are also learn on the process of making the food. They learn about the recipe and they try to participate in cooking classes. So you can get this particular tour in many countries nowadays offered this particular cooking classes, especially in the suburban area. We do have that in Penang as well. So the type of FnB is actually divided into two, which is commercial restaurant and others. For commercial restaurant is the one that involves or the one that needs the customer, the tourist, to be seated and have their meal. So the commercial restaurant is a full service restaurant, which is a fine dining restaurant, and also fast food. So fast food is also considered as the commercial restaurant or commercial FnB. And others type of FnB are the employee food service. So employee food service is the food service or food institution that offers the food for the employee or the staff of any organization. Okay, and then recreational food service. Recreational food service involve setting up setting up stalls, or involved in providing food service in recreational area or recreational facilities. For example, in the stadium, when there's a sports event, sports activities, so recreational food service will help to cater for the tourists who attend the sports event. And then transportation food service, more like a food truck, whereby the customers will enjoy or will purchase the food from the transport. For example, like food truck. Okay, so for the food truck, sometimes the food is prepared on the field right when the customer purchase. So they prepare the food on the truck, and some of the food they have prepared beforehand. They prepared off-site location, not on the site, and then they only sell it at the area. Okay, and then we have lodging properties. Lodging properties means the food service, the FnB institution or FnB organization or FnB outlet that available at the lodging or at the accommodation. For example, if you go to a hotel and then on the lobby of the hotel, so they have cafe, so they have restaurants, so that is lodging properties, which means the FnB outlet is situated or is located within that lodging properties. For lodging properties, FnB, sometimes it is owned by the lodging or the hotel itself, but sometimes if the hotel do not have the capital or capabilities to prepare or to run the food outlet, the FnB outlet, so they will hire or outsource other people or other organization or other restaurant to do that for them. And then we also have catering, where you prepare food in bulk in large quantities, and then you cater or you serve for the people during their event. And institutional food service is a type of food service whereby it's on the institutional facilities. For example, educational facilities like schools, makanan dekat kantin tu, the food that served in canteen, the food that served in cafe in your college, and also correctional facilities is also considered as the institutional food service. Correctional facilities like penjara, so makanan dalam penjara tu is considered ataupun is categorized under institutional food service. So in FnB also we have restaurant and catering. So restaurant comes from the French word, which is restaurant. And the style of service for restaurant ni maksudnya macam fine dining tadi lah. So the one that we sit, the one that have table, the one that have seats, and then we dine in or we can take away. So there are two types of style of service for restaurant, which is table d'hôte. Table d'hôte means there are limited menu, and a la carte, which is individual dishes from a list of choices. Okay, table d'hôte means a limited menu. Here means the menu have been fixed, which means from the starter and then main course and then the dessert. So all the prices, there may be some choices that you can choose from, but then the prices of the menu has been fixed. So you only pay the menu would only be calculated based on the set. Okay, if a la carte, the dishes is priced separately, is priced individually, which means they have a different price or different rate for starter, and then for the main course it would cost you another different rate, and then for dessert you will be charged also separately. So if you have that three main course, starter, main course, and also dessert, so you will be charged based on what you have eaten or what your choice is only. So let's say if you go to a fine dining restaurant and they serve a la carte on that day, so let's say you only you only choose the dessert, so most probably you will be paying less than those who have the 3 full course meal. Okay, and then we have the type of restaurants are local and fine dining and etc. And for the catering, as I mentioned before, it is special need request for small and large group of guests and on a one-time basis, and there are variety of facilities and specific design for banquets depending on the client's needs. So normally clients will request lah, macam you buat kenduri tu, you will request what kind of menu that you want the caterer to serve for your guests.